You've read all the rules, you've got your character made, got your character sheet, you've got the game ready to go, but you still might not understand how to play the game. That's what these 10 tips are for new adventures specifically. Heroes Abound. This is a game about heroes, adventurers, plural. Video games kind of have us geared towards solo experiences, and that's never what D&D should be. We usually call people like that power players, but that might just be the most diplomatic way of putting it. This is supposed to be a shared experience. In fact, most people describe D&D just as much of a collaborative story as it is a game. So whenever you make a decision, whether it be in character or completely outside the game in a meta sense, just be sure that you're doing it with courtesy towards the rest of your group. Think outside the box, be creative, and take chances. Video games kind of limit your choices, and that will kind of show in a lot of adventurers. Just don't be afraid to interact with the environment in whatever way you think is possible. Push your DM to the limit. Believe me, they will appreciate you for it, and perhaps the situation calls for it. Those dice are for more than just combat encounters, is really what I'm saying. As someone that loves the boards, the miniatures, the terrain, and everything else, it's with a heavy heart that I say you really don't need much else than a pen and paper to really get started. As long as you're able to create a character sheet and get some dice together and some friends, you can play D&D. I've even had experiences where it's just me and the DM, or I'm the DM and one other player are playing together, which creates a little bit more of an intimate experience, certainly, but it can be done. You really don't need a whole lot to play a really enthralling game of D&D. So as far as equipment goes, you don't really need a whole lot. As for the rules, you can get your own hard copy of the book at Wizards of the Coast. They usually go between $30 to $40, $20 if you're lucky and you can get them on sale, or you can just get a PDF online. Really, in the age of smartphones, having the rules alongside you is easier than ever. Try to keep in mind that it's still a game and that everything you do should be festive. We all love our grim, dark fantasy moments and brooding sort of, let's call them anti-heroes. But in the D&D world, we call those people power players. And they don't really allow for everyone else to have the fun they would like to have. So be festive. Everything you do should be done with a sense of fun. So just remember to keep everyone involved. And even if you're trying to play your serious bounty hunter character, try to do it in a way that makes everyone have a good time. D&D is about creating memories and creating laughs and good stories, so always keep that spirit in mind. Accept the call to adventure. Don't wait for things to arise, and don't wait for the DM to sort of get things moving. That will always feel like you're getting pushed to the next objective. As players, I definitely think it's your responsibility to try and seek out the action where you can find it, and to try and find adventure where it seems either most obvious or perhaps where it seems a little more hidden. A good DM will try to hide the best kinds of missions in ways that you really have to access them. Just try to make your players have a presence in the game and have the world react to you, not the world to sort of impact your decisions. As far as the rules are concerned, you should definitely be aware of the basics at least. No one's expecting the players, aside from the DM, to know everything about the rules. But you should definitely know your character sheet backwards and forwards. This saves on valuable time, and it also makes combat encounters and everything else run much more smoothly and naturally. As always, if you're ever unsure about something, don't be afraid to consult the DM about it. Just use your head when it comes to combat. When it comes to your turn, be ready to move with immediate action and to have your plans ready. This both helps the flow of combat, and it also helps you kind of fall into your character a little bit better. It's easily the most demanding part of the game in terms of strategy, and while some people are better at it than others, just about anybody can partake in the situation at hand, even if they're not dealing direct damage. A wise man once said that failure is the greatest teacher. Well, it's also a great source of humor and fun in the game of D&D. Just remember, if you ever fall short, or if you ever fail a roll, or if something ever goes wrong, or even if your character dies, it's happened to all of us. It's part of the experience. Just learn to roll with it, learn to have fun with it, learn to improvise. Failure is part of D&D. It's never going to go away, and it can sometimes be the most interesting part of a session. Communication is key, especially among your other players. Always remember that you have two voices, your player voice and your character voice, and be sure to use both and to use them often. Talk to your adventurers outside the game about what you're going to do. Feel free to stop a moment where you're at and to try and make the right decision so that you don't regret it later. The point is, Use your characters to communicate in-game, but also don't be afraid to break the moment and talk to your players outside of it if you don't understand something or if you think you might have a good idea on how to get out of a certain situation. Rations. Role players are hungry for adventure, but they're probably also hungry for pizza after a 2 or 3 hour session gets going. So be sure to always have snacks provided in some way. It can be something as simple as chips and maybe some soda and stuff like that. But just remember that D&D night is game night when you get right down to it, and game night is all about eating snacks and hanging out with everybody, having a good time. You definitely don't want your players sitting around the table thinking about a drive-thru or something else. So just be sure to always provide refreshments for your adventurers. It'll make everything run a lot more smoothly, and it'll be a lot more fun as a result. I hope you found those tips helpful on how to get started in playing D&D. I've been Patrick Ferguson with Skull Splitter Dice. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Happy adventuring.